Everyone talks about the cortisol through the roof, but nobody really gives you strategies to bring it down. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Z. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about a few lifestyle factors that bring your cortisol through the roof and how to bring it down gently. And so first on my list is any kind of sugary drinks like orange juice or soda containing corn syrup. And that would also be most of the takeout drinks from Starbucks, McDonald's, and Dunkin' Donuts. So what happens with high glycemic food, it increases your glucose rapidly. That causes a rapid increase in your insulin, and then that causes sugar crash. So anything that gives you a sugar high is going to give you a sugar crash. And when the sugar crash happens, your body goes into a panic mode, and some people get like jitters with that. Some people get a little bit sweaty with that. And that is your body going into the panic mode, and then you get your cortisol spike. With the sugar crash comes a cortisol spike, and that increases your glucose for kind of the rest of the day or something. So number 2 on my list is processed food. The reason I put processed food separate from the sugary drinks is because processed food have chemicals in it so that's like all of the takeout food, all of the frozen food, all of the TV dinners, and all of the easy prep meals and things like that. These foods demonstrably have chemicals in them that causes inflammation in the body. Because they cause low-grade inflammation, they disrupt the gut signaling because there are so many hormones in the gut that affect our health and mental health in so many different ways. And so that the low-grade inflammation caused by the processed food and the interruption of the gut signaling, the gut hormones change in when you consume processed food, and the gut microbiota and everything that changes when you consume the processed food. Because of all of those things, so consuming processed food is like consuming poison for your healthy bacteria in the gut. So when your healthy bacteria in the gut die, those healthy bacteria are responsible for producing so many different neurochemicals like serotonin or gut hormones. So when that system is interrupted or disrupted, that leads to inflammation in the body, and that leads to high cortisol on its own. Number 3 is caffeine. Caffeine directly stimulates the secretion of cortisol and adrenaline. So caffeine, most of the caffeinated beverages, most like tea, coffee, most of them causes stress in the body. The safest way to consume caffeine is green tea because it's naturally occurs with L-theanine. It's the only thing that gives us the calming energy without increasing our stress level. So number 4, alcohol. So the way alcohol does that, even in small amount, is that it disrupts your sleep. So your sleep is not restful. It increases the nighttime cortisol level, and it also increases the next day stress hormone. Number 5, keto diet. So very low carb diet or keto diet can also increase cortisol or stress level in a lot of people. So the best thing for weight loss or best thing for health is Mediterranean diet, because in the Mediterranean diet, you're consuming nutrition that your body needs. You're consuming a lot of fiber that naturally comes in the fruits and vegetables, and you are consuming a healthy amount of unprocessed grains. So healthy amount is like, so you have a big salad and a little bit of the red quinoa with it, or you have a big like curry thing made with vegetable and chicken, and you have a little bit of brown rice to go with it. So all of that is good because it regulates your glucose, it maintains your glucose, and it does not cause glucose spikes or glucose. What you need is a stable glucose for the stress level to go down. 3 kind of exercises we all need to do every day. So one is our aerobic exercise. So aerobic exercise helps us get rid of the stress hormone. You can do, American Heart Association recommends like 30 minutes per day, 30 minutes 5 days a week. Even if you do 20 minutes. And the interesting thing is, for people who don't exercise, if they start with even 10 or 15 minutes of aerobic per day, they're going to have more benefit than somebody increasing from 30 to 45 minutes. Don't go into all or nothing mindset. I don't have time for 30 minutes. I'm not going to do it at all. No, just do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do. I feel like 5 to 10 minutes, 3 times a day, everyone can manage. Just do it. You can do it. So that's aerobic, right? So the other kind of exercise our body needs to bring down the cortisol level is meditation. So meditation or mindfulness. A lot of people think of meditation as, like somebody living on the mountains for 20 years and then learning how to do meditation. It doesn't have to be like that. And go into all or nothing mindset again on that. None of us can probably do that kind of meditation. What you can do is you just need to do some kind of mindfulness thing. So one mindfulness thing that I do sometimes is that it doesn't even have to be any fancy place, fancy thing, anything. So you just close your eyes and you try to feel like some soft texture. So that could be your chair, that could be your clothes or something. And you try to hear the faintest sound you can hear. And then you try to smell the faintest scent you can smell. Sometimes I use my lavender oil for that. I would put some lavender oil in front of my ears, behind my ear, under my jaw, on my chin, on my wrist. And that helps tremendously. So basically, it's just slow breathing and being present in the moment. What it does is that it anchors you to that moment. Because when our cortisol is running high or we're living in a high stress state, we have 20,000 million things on the back of our head. There's a grocery list that we need to buy. There is this kids sign up for summer camp or this or that. They're like, as a modern parent, there are so many things always on the back of our mind that increase the stress level. So what meditation does is that it anchors you in that moment. When we need is some kind of stretching. So stretching could be yoga, stretching could also be some Tai Chi things. So what stretching does is also relaxes our body and tells us that we are safe. We're not in fight and flight mode. The foods that help buffer cortisol. So essentially that would be Mediterranean diet in a nutshell. Really huge portions of fresh produce and vegetable, like maybe 60 to 70% of your plate should be covered in fresh produce and vegetable. You should have, a palm-sized piece of protein, like even smaller, smaller serving of some kind of whole grain. So whether that's brown rice, that's red quinoa, that is oat bran instead of the regular oatmeal, or something made with almond meal or flaxseed meal. So some kind of like a whole grain thing. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil per day. If you eat like that, that gives you protein, that gives you all the vitamins and the nutrition you need, that gives you all the fiber your body needs, that gives you an even keel glucose level, because all of those things are low glycemic, so they give you stable energy instead of having a sugar high and sugar crash and sugar high and sugar crash. Which, let's say there is something that you really, really, really like a bag of chips that you really love it, and you're not ready to cut it out. So what I would do is that I would take that bag of chips, cut it in half, throw it in trash. The other half is yours. The other half is yours. So what you're gonna do is drink a cup of water. You take one bite, eat it, swirl it in your mouth, wash it with the water, start over. You enjoy your taste. Then you eat a boiled egg with it, and maybe a salad and a boiled egg with it. As long as you add protein, fat, and fiber to every meal you have, you're basically bringing down the glycemic index of that food. So we took care of the glycemic index, but does that protect you from having the toxic effects on your gut? No, it does not. So the best way I would say, if you want something, is to make it yourself. I promise you can make it taste better. You can make it more nutritious and healthy, because you don't have to keep it shelf stable for 100 years. So